the Badass Records podcast, welcoming you in for another episode, and I am excited to share with you that this week's guest is Joel Stratton of Joel vs. Joel. Joel's debut album, Smile in the Mirror, can be found on the Enigmatic Records Brunch Bandcamp page. It's also available digitally where you stream on Apple or Spotify. You can follow Joel on Instagram at _Joel_ versus _Joel_. One more time, it's _Joel_ versus _Joel_. But if you just plug in Joel versus Joel in the search bar, I'm sure it'll come up. Episodes of the podcast air Thursdays. In a perfect world, you can find it where you stream or download your music and podcasts. You can view it on YouTube, and everything lives on the website, which is badassrecordspodcast.com. Best social channel to keep tabs on the thing is on Instagram. The handle is at Badass Records Podcast. And that's all I got for you this week. Appreciate you stopping by. Hope you enjoy the show. All things working the way they should. I think this will be episode 196 of Badass Records Podcast. Joel Stratton, welcome. Pleasure to meet you.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here. Brad reaching out to me, like I said, good vibe. I was really excited to hear from him. It's nice. If I put an episode out and post it and the person that I've interviewed likes it or shares it, it's like, you dig that. Good and if somebody cuts up pieces and makes their own content with it, it's like, oh, wow, cool. Oh. But if somebody reaches out and that's been on and says, hey, like Till Willis, singer-songwriter from Lawrence, and he goes out to Colorado every summer with his family and just spends the whole summer gigging. But Till Willis's outfit, he does solo stuff. He's got a project called Solo Hawk, and then his band is Till Willis and Erratic Cowboy. And he had a new record coming out. Let's see if I can spot him. There he is, episode 163 back in March. And he reached out and was like, hey, dude, I have a new album coming out. Can I come back on? And I was like, yeah, absolutely you can. Nice. And I was like, I told him how much I appreciated it, and he was like, dude, I like your show. And I was like, dude, that's good stuff right there. Good. So anyway, I'm reading this thing from Brad, and I see Joel versus Joel. And I'm like, well, just, stick in the mental spokes for a second. I'm like, this is the name of the first release of your new record label. And of course I reread and it made sense. But Enigmatic Brunch Records.
Yeah, that's Brad.
A label to help or facilitate friends putting out records, and Joel versus Joel's Smile in the Mirror, which is 4 months old now, was the debut record for the label, right?
Yep.
Very right. Cool.
Yeah, I play with Brad in Eggs on Mars.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. Yeah, he must have mentioned your name when we were talking.
Yeah. So I play guitar, and I've been doing the production duties for their upcoming album.
They got one in the hopper?
Yeah.
Cool.
I mean, we are like almost done.
Or you guys have one in the hopper?
Yeah. It's like our last week of passing the ball back and forth on like amongst the band members. Does this mix sound good? Should we change this?
Are you is this just text? Are you swapping actual files?
Yeah, we use like an online like sample. It's called Samply. But yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, we can all like listen to it and then talk about what we want to do different. But yeah. I'm the like I was like super ambitious about like I'm gonna produce it, I'm gonna mix it, I'm gonna do everything. But then I just like completely lost steam on mixing is just very hard.
It's
I didn't mix my record.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I talk about I'm repetitive on this show, sadly for all 6 of my listeners. But the idea of getting in there and putting on your mixing hat and needing to be fresh and then having to step away.
yeah.
So you can come back and still be fresh, so you don't like lose what you're trying to hear, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I can kind of really get into the ritual sometimes, and then I'll have some kind of block with it for a month or something.
Yeah.
Just kind of go back and forth.
Wow.
But, yeah. So yeah, I mixed half of this record, and then the other half is mixed by another band member, Doug Bybee.
Okay.
Bass.
I oftentimes, if I'm preparing for an interview, I listen to the records on the list that the guest shares, unless there's a record on there that I don't need to because I know it really well.
Yeah.
If they're a musician or an artist, seldom do I have time to also check out their stuff.
Oh yeah.
It's just too much. Like listening to 5 records and making notes and being whatever level of prepared. But for whatever reason, you gave me 4.
Oh yeah.
Right. Sometimes people just do 1 or 2, but oftentimes it's 5, and sometimes people ignore the request to cap it at 5.
Yeah.
They're like, it can't. Here's
Top
16.
10.
I'm like, all right. But anyway, I just had this funny thought, and I was like, this is only 4. I should make time and listen to it.
Cool.
And I did, and I really enjoyed it.
Cool.
Not at all what I expected. Just because, let's see here. Let's back up a sec. So Enigmatic Brunch Records, debut release for Joel versus Joel, Smile in the Mirror. Find it on Bandcamp. This is Brad Smith of episode 108 of this podcast. So the Bandcamp, and then Apple Music, Spotify, and then _Joel _versus _Joel _ on Instagram, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Okay. So what did I come across? Rebel Noise write-up.
Huh?
By,
yeah.
What is Sam Lowry? Do you know who that is?
Not by name.
Okay. Do you know the write-up I'm talking about?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then Start Track blog, Jacob Simmons.
I will say Brad, like, he understands that I am like half of a person as far as like being competent at sending emails and doing stuff. And so Brad, Mr. Labelman, has handled all of the press for this album.
Okay.
And then I just kind of lend my effusive personality to whatever is asked of me, and it's great. So I honestly, I'm bad. I don't actually retain the names of the publications and stuff.
I ask because there have been times where I'm talking to somebody and doesn't necessarily have to be a new album, but they've put out albums in the past, and I'll see like a write-up or blah, blah, blah. And I'll be like, who is this outfit and this writer, and how did they come? And they'll be like, no idea what you're talking about. Or that's my friend so-and-so, and they did a great write-up for me.
Oh, yeah.
Or
some bias involved.
that's just totally AI generated.
Oh, weird.
Or it was all via email. I mean, anyway, I was curious about the stuff of yours that I found, because they both, while being somewhat different from one another, seem to glean the same themes. And so I was like, I wonder if was this a real person? Neither one was super long. They were pretty brief write-ups, but I just felt like it was clearly a different piece they were different pieces, but a lot of the bulk.
Huh.
So I didn't know if there were connections between you guys and those. But anyway, this is what I took away. This is what I'm expecting. And then I hit play on your record, and they weren't off, right? They were on in terms of what they were saying, but it wasn't the listening experience that I expected based on those two little things. I won't try to pronounce the lead-off track.
Oh, enantiodromia.
Enantiodromia.
Yeah.
That means what?
So it is like it's a term coined by Carl Jung.
Okay.
But it's like if you maybe don't have a strong sense of yourself or a strong ego, you might quickly and dramatically move between two poles of like mania and depression.
Okay.
So
wow.
That's the
delightful track.
Oh, thanks. Cool.
I have not decided yet how I feel about it being in the leadoff spot. I'm super weird about track.
It was a late call.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what pushed it in that?
I originally there was another track in that spot, and like when I had first conceived of the album, it was like it's gonna start with this one, and it's like gonna be crazy and
master plan.
And then like after it just being there and like listening to rough mixes and stuff, I was like, yeah, it just doesn't give it like that like injection of energy, basically, that I was looking for.
Oh, really?
Especially with it being like a debut thing. I needed something like an Enantiodromia that was like
okay.
Yeah. So this other song wasn't.
I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Wow. And then I felt like never again did we revisit that specific kind of energy. Like I thought, oh, this album's going to be more
like hard
upbeat than I thought.
Or
hard. And then it wasn't, which is fine.
Yeah.
But it piqued my interest. So if we're not going to stay in that lane, where are we going to go?
Yeah.
Which was a lot of places. And I didn't dislike any tracks.
Cool.
But after that, after that one, Boogaloo was, I got to know the name of this track. This is cool.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
And Joel versus Joel as the band name, and on your debut albums you've got your email or an email address.
It is my email, yeah.
And then Joel, hold on. Who are your bandmates?
It's me, like, yeah. As far as like making the album goes, how it kind of went down was like I basically did like the scratch tracks, and then my old buddy Micah Ritchie, who lives in Portland now, he played drums, and then after that I just did everything on top of it. I brought in amazing vibraphonist Isaiah Petrie.
Okay.
To play
scratch
vibes.
Track means like there's a metronome, and you put, and then when you give it to the drum dude, take that away. He
records on top of that, but then you take the scratch away.
Okay.
And then I started doing the layers and stuff. Didn't know how to play vibraphone, and Isaiah is like an evil genius at it. So
nice.
Yeah, he's on a few tracks. But yeah, I do everything else for the most part. There are strings on it. I can't play strings like that. So
yeah. So essentially, the writing and the choosing of the tracks and track names and all that stuff is you.
Yeah.
And so approaching your bandmates and saying, I'm going to make an album. This is me.
It ain't even like that. Like I didn't even have a band. Like,
okay.
I was just making a thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, but other people played on it.
Yeah.
And so I'm guessing there's an understanding like, this is my thing, and don't worry about the track titles and all that stuff.
People are so cool. Like, yeah,
nice.
Yeah,
very nice, very nice.
Definitely. Yeah.
God's Celestial Shore was the third one that I was like, man, which was again not throwing shade at any other tracks. Just I always say one listen to an album earns you nothing.
Yeah.
2 earns you an opinion, and I'm talking front to back listens. 3 earns you the right to share that opinion.
Cool.
In real life, in podcast land, I'm sharing opinions on one
Yeah.
distracted listen.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I was going to say, like, dang, like, I need to try to internalize that a little bit. I'll listen to something for, like, 5 seconds.
Yeah.
And then you generally make an opinion. I can't help it.
I, for many years, have been a huge Bob Dylan fan. And
all the way, man. Oh yeah,
I had was on newspaper staff with some college buddies, and in fact, the editor in chief was episode 1 of this. And then after college, we did a blog project together for a few years, and the joy chore balance tilted, I think, too far in the wrong direction for them, and they're like, I can't with this anymore. So I kept writing on there by myself, and then moved it to a different site eventually. But at one point I was like, I'm going to rank all the Bob Dylan records and make a top 25, even though at the time there were like 37.
Yeah.
So not every album's going to make it, and I'm going to do it in like 3 parts, but it's going to mean for those albums that I don't know like the back of my hand, 3 listens.
Good, yeah.
So anyway,
maybe not so good.
No, it was great.
Okay,
I
cool.
loved it. Like 6 or 7 weeks ago, I'm on a text thread with those 2 dudes still, and one of them says, "What do you guys think about making a Dylan playlist for the holidays? Somewhere in the range of 20 to 24 tracks." And then when it's all said and done, we'll make a master out of, the whole thing as a collective, and obviously cut out duplicates. And I was like, oh man, I'm all about this. And also I'm going to because when I wrote those blog posts, like that was almost 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And so surely I'm not the same person that I was then. I'm not gonna, and it was true. Like
it just totally.
I went through and I listened to every record, just once, this time, and like my favorites were like often not mentioned in that write up. So anyway,
cool.
I made my, I started new because I knew they were gonna avoid new and go kind of old and middle. So I wanted to make sure new got a little bit of love, and then I kind of drifted for a little bit, and then I had some significant drive time, and I was like, oh, this is the perfect opportunity to get back in the saddle and make some notes and touch base with them. And they were like, I'm there, but I still have some editing left to do. I got to make cuts. And one person was like, I can make a fantastic list of the cuts that aren't going to make it. Yeah. And I knew the other dude, he'll just vomit I don't make playlists because it just takes too much time.
Yeah.
To choose the tracks.
Obsess.
And then the sequence.
Yeah, exactly.
It's gotta work.
Yeah.
So
obsess.
And he will just vomit playlists out to us.
Yeah.
And I can tell that there's, it's always a great collection of songs, but there's never any energy put in the sequence. So I said something to him. He's like, oh, I'm not going to be able to do that. And I was like, brother, you have to for this. Yeah. And he did. And so I finished mine like 3 weeks ago. I've just been sitting, waiting, because I've got this masterpiece. I'm just going to lob at them. I'm like, guys, fucking get it together. So Christmas morning, one of them says in Home Alone homage, Merry Christmas, you filthy animals, and shares his. And I was like, here we go. So I shared mine, and then the other dude shared his, and I was like, dude, you definitely gave Sequence some energy. He's like, oh yeah, it matters.
It matters
like
so
how
much. Yeah.
If it's just thrown up there, it can feel clunky.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, Dylan has some like poorly sequenced stuff, but yeah, I'm definitely obsessive over just it's got to flow
Yep.
properly, and I mean that determined what was on the album for sure. It was just like, what does it need, and then kind of writing to that at the very end. I maybe had like a core of like 8 songs that were like, these are definitely going to be on, got to decide the order, how everything works together, and then it just got to be like, needs a rocker or something, so I just try to come up with something. But
Cool.
yeah.
Well, congratulations, man.
Thanks.
Really exciting. And I know like this percentage of folks in the area that are musicians and making records, and it always surprises me how many folks are out there doing it.
Yeah.
And I'm happy for folks that do that. It is doable on your own from home. Not everybody's going to be.
I had serious help too, we'll say, but
yeah. Not everybody's going to be. I hate to use the word care. Not everybody's going to care in the same way when it comes down to like, I can't. The mixing is too much, or I know I have all the equipment, but I need an unbiased ear to set things.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to approach it differently, and I super admire when somebody does really care about every last detail, because
yeah,
I mean, there's a lot of records out there.
Yeah, there's a lot of noise.
Yeah,
a lot of crap.
So you land on Joel versus Joel. How?
I was just thinking about the movie Kramer versus Kramer.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah.
That's a trip.
And just a divorce. Well, I'm not a child of divorce or anything, but I was just thinking about like an internal divorce kind of that was going on. And the album is sort of a, exploring that friction and trying to bring things together kind of.
Okay.
Yeah, musically. But it was meant to be a very like internal psychological.
Is this internal psychological thing an abstract, or are you experiencing a divorce internally, or
not anymore? So it was something that I certainly had
in the past
experienced in the past,
okay.
and was kind of like mending from, and was like, yeah, it was. So the songs are meant to sort of encapsulate that experience.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. So just in the vein of curiosity associated with those ideas, album 2 structurally, emotionally will be similar, completely different? Who knows?
Great question. It is not written. It is, yeah, I don't know.
But you've got to have some kind of core seed. Like
I do have like a feeling of like what I want to do musically, but I don't have an overarching theme or anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
My next release is going to be like an EP where I'm working with another artist, and then it's going to be kind of like a more relaxed thing. I'm not going to be thinking too much about that highfalutin stuff. It's more just like I've got a few songs, they've got a few songs, and we're working together to do them all.
Nice.
But yeah.
I think that there's probably huge merit in that. Like this is
doing like a concept.
Well, here's my first album. I'm really pleased with it. I'm proud of it. I'm going to do something kind of totally different for the second.
Yeah.
And then, I think that every time you do that, I think opens up a couple more avenues to what it might be, what the next thing might be.
Yeah.
And then you keep growing. Yeah.
I would say I have definitely just picked that up by osmosis through my like best bud, Daniel Gum, who mixed this album.
Okay.
And he also did help with some production stuff on it too. But yeah, he like, he'll just be like, he gets super into Nirvana, and then he's like, I'm writing like a rock record. And then it's just so cool how it blossoms into this thing that's still like entirely him, and there's still a through line to from the previous work to the next. But yeah, just getting that really strong core thing to latch onto, even if it is a very like, I don't know, it can be anything, but yeah, that definitely helps the album as a whole.
Cool.
Yeah.
So Brad mentioned Daniel Gum.
Daniel Gum, like chewing gum.
Gum.
Yeah.
Supermoto. Is that right?
R.I.P. to Supermoto.
Okay.
A little bit. Yeah.
But just he mentioned like these are bands that you've played with in the past. And then Fritz Hutchinson.
Oh yeah, yeah. With Fritz, I play with Fritz in the band True Lions.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I just do like random gigs with him and stuff. But
did I see a True Lions link in your IG bio?
Probably, yeah.
Did I also see an NFL draft? No. One of the things that you have linked to, like other IG handles, when you go to it, they've got a set of IG handles linked in their bio, and somewhere in there is NFL draft.
Oh, I don't know.
I can't remember who it was, but
that's funny.
Okay, so what's the name of the band with Fritz?
So the band is called True Lions.
True Lions.
It is with his partner Allison Hawkins.
Okay.
Yeah, True Lions is sick, and they are the band that I'm doing like the collab EP.
Oh,
with.
Fun!
So
cool. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, I don't know why I was being all like coy.
Well, I mean, sometimes
we want to make sure this thing really exists. But
okay.
I think it will exist.
So Supermoto was
a great like R&B like funk band that I was playing bass in.
Cool.
And just like had the time of my life just playing the crap out of the bass. Yeah.
Okay.
It was sick.
Are you multi-instrumentalist for Smile in the Mirror?
Yeah. Right? Yeah. Guitar, bass, and keys.
Okay.
Not coming near the drums.
Yeah. You have a bass and you have a guitar and you have keys. Right?
I actually didn't even have the keys required for this because I had to borrow my friend's synthesizer. But yeah.
Okay. And then Daniel Gum is what?
I play bass with Daniel.
Okay.
But sometimes I play guitar like on the records and stuff.
Cool.
Once in a blue moon.
Okay.
But, yeah.
All right.
I mostly I grew up playing upright bass and I went to school to do that.
No kidding.
Here at UMKC.
Nice.
And then things, but I've always played guitar and keyboards and stuff too,
okay.
So, yeah.
So Joel versus Joel's Smile in the Mirror, available digitally on cassette and on CD.
That's correct.
On the Enigmatic Brunch Enigmatic Brunch Records Bandcamp page. It's 4 months old. You've got the previous outfits we were just talking about. Upright bass as a kid, is that your first? Is that where your musicianship arc is born?
Not so my musicianship arc was born playing silly little piano lessons and
sure
and stuff.
You call it silly, it counts.
Yeah,
it means something.
Yeah, where I took lessons in this lady's house where she was making dinner while I was playing, and she'd be like, "This sounds good, yeah." It's just not involved at all.
Didn't sit with you.
Oh, but it was helpful. It was good.
Okay.
So yeah, piano, and then my mom had a baritone ukulele laying around, which ends up being the top 4 strings of a guitar. So I was kind of playing guitar super young.
Okay.
With that. It's just
baritone ukulele.
Yep.
I had Christoph Nemeth from
That's a cool name.
Revisor and they dissolved for a minute but then just got back together. Emmeline Twist. And he plays in a bunch of different, but he plays a baritone guitar.
Yeah, that is another beast.
Yeah, which I think he said is kind of bassier.
Yeah, definitely lower
core in its root. But a baritone ukulele, that sounds cool.
Not as badass as a baritone guitar, but
you could have told me it was, and I wouldn't have known any differently.
But yeah,
so piano, baritone ukulele that mom has, and then eventually upright bass.
Yeah, guitar too in there. My parents were just super supportive. Like, I totally ideal situation
Cool.
growing up.
Are you from the area?
I'm from Topeka.
Are you? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is like a place where there's actually a ton of like amazing jazz musicians from Topeka
Weird.
that like move here and
Okay.
stuff. But I think there's just so little to do there that you just end up playing music all the time.
Sure.
Just with friends. And
Are there a bunch of fun venues or
no.
It's just with friends.
Yeah, you just
at
play
somebody's house or whatever.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
there was definitely a period there, like around high school, where it was like I was going to my friend Nick's house at least like 2 or 3 times a week after school to just play. Like,
Okay.
with everything we knew, like ever.
Nice.
Yeah, for sure.
But
yeah, the guitar came in there. I took lessons from Andy McKee. Do you know Andy McKee? Okay, he's like this crazy good acoustic player that does the like whole like drumming on the.
Oh, fun.
He has
Yeah.
all the cool moves. I didn't learn any cool moves. I was like 9, but yeah. Yeah. And then upright bass came around when I was like 10 or 11, I think, because they had orchestra in school.
Okay.
Yeah. And my brother forced me to play bass because he was like, "You'll get gigs. You got to do bass." I was like, "Okay."
So older brother.
Very much, yeah.
And are there other siblings besides you two?
Yep. I've got a sister as well.
Okay.
But yeah, they're old.
Not an easy instrument to tote around.
No.
Somebody
no.
was telling me about, I don't know if it's the season right now that's forcing me to put this fictitious liberty on the story or not, but they're telling me the story, and I, for whatever reason, envision it's cold and snowy out, and it's just everything getting out the door for school and work is just a struggle, and they're hustling, and bass goes in the trunk, and mom slams the trunk and just snaps that neck off. I was like, they told me that story, and I was like,
No. Yeah, there's traumatic things are possible with acoustic instruments.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But
Upright
they give you
bass.
a little baby size one when you start. I had like a half size bass.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Nice.
Easy into it.
You ever mess around with Medeski, Martin and Wood?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
That always it just, I bought like an imitation Strat when I was in like 7th or 8th grade and took lessons for a little bit, and had a bass at some point. I only have an acoustic now that I seldom get out, but so like a bar chord, right? You're sliding to different frets, but you're not moving your fingers.
Yeah.
In the base, most basic sense, and then your traditional chords, you got to get to the right spot and put your fingers in the right spot, and that makes sense. If you pick up an electric bass and just mess around with it for a few minutes, like that same. But then you go upright and it's fretless.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
And you just gotta land.
It's all just muscle memory. Yeah, I know. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah. Sounds fantastic though.
Yeah. When it's like in tune, which is so hard to do.
Is it?
Yeah.
They don't keep them easy.
It's too hard. Oh, well, they'll stay in tune okay, but like to play in tune.
Oh, I see.
Just
Yeah,
like,
of course.
If I take a couple weeks off, it's just like, oh God, I gotta get back on the horse. Yeah.
Well, that outfit, I mean, I don't know how well you know them. I kind of, in that vein of every album is a totally different animal.
Yeah.
Like Notes from the Underground, their first is like as straight up traditional jazz as they would ever, but it's long cuts, and they've got that like innovativeness, and you can feel it sort of like sprouting. And then Friday Afternoon in the Universe was a complete growth, something different. And then It's a Jungle in Here is just like a perfect album. And,
cool.
And then Shack Man was totally different. Point being, by the late 90s, they have gone in such a different experimental, crazy direction
Yeah.
that it wasn't resonating with me anymore. So I kind of
Sure.
quit paying attention. But I mean, no shade to Billy Martin on the kit, but John Medeski is a phenom. And then Chris Wood, like I always just listening to him going, you know, he's up here and then he comes off, woo-doo-doo-doo-doo. And I'm like, God damn, dude.
He's really good.
He's really good.
The Wood brothers are crazy.
Yeah. So brother and sister grew up in Topeka. Is that where your folks connected initially?
Yes.
Or do you know how they met?
Yeah. They met in law school.
Law school.
They're lawyers.
Both of them?
Yeah.
Still?
My
Okay.
dad's retired now.
Okay.
Yeah. They always just like worked for the state.
Okay.
They weren't like evil lawyers.
Sure.
But yeah, there's definitely this. I feel like my dad carries this thing of like, if I had just been evil, like I would have made so much money. Like, but he can't be evil.
Right.
So.
Right.
Yeah.
Did they put on music to listen to in the home when you guys were young?
Yeah. My dad was like a total deadhead in his youth and just like loved so much like bluegrass and just like all of the tendrils of like Jerry Garcia, just everywhere that might lead. And then, just a lot of like San Francisco, like 60s,
Cool.
70s music
Yeah.
was always going on. Unfortunately, he was like tired of the Beatles by the time I came around. So I went through this huge Beatles phase in like 7th grade or whatever. And he's just like, yeah, I've heard them. I don't know.
You're on your own.
Yeah.
Um,
So, yeah. And then
crazy, like developing my own affinity for the Dead in the 90s. It's like I get familiar with all the studio albums and building a collection of bootleg cassettes. And it's like get to a point where I was like, I know all the stuff.
yeah.
And I have eras that are my favorites.
Totally,
and then somebody's like, listen to this. And I put on like Jerry Garcia band. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And then it's like stuff with John Conn and Merle Saunders and just like
it goes everywhere.
Grisman and Old and in the Way. And it's
that was really like my dad was. That was it. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, he was super into that, and yeah, we would go down to Winfield. We'd go to the like bluegrass festival down there, and that was a very formative thing for me. Just like lugging a bass around and trying to like fall in with older people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about mom? What's she into?
Mom's super into like Joni Mitchell.
Okay.
And, but I would like, she is not as rabid of a music listener as like my dad was. He was like taking us to concerts when I was like 11, like
What
12.
was first?
It was Bela Fleck and the Flecktones, Yonder Mountain String Band, and Widespread Panic.
Really?
Were they the headliners? No. Well, I can't remember.
I can see it.
I was really young, and I think by the time the third mind-blowing band came around, I was like, I need to like walk
Tap
around.
out. Yeah.
But it was at City Market before they had that stupid boat museum there that like took all the concerts away because we were like, it's hurting our boat. Stupid.
Yeah, whatever.
They should have kept having amazing concerts there. Yeah, I have a very vivid memory of like I had these sick like and one sparkly white gym shorts on and like white shoes, and I was just like, I was looking so good at the show.
Nice.
I was having a great time.
Do you know what year that was?
Like 2004 or something.
Okay. I definitely saw Widespread at City Market in the early 2000s, and it was hot AF. Like super hot day, but I don't recall opening acts. I wonder if they played there more than once.
I don't know. Yeah, it's a lot of it's just like kind of a blur. I saw a lot of shows, and we went to Wakarusa Music Festival when I was like 14. On my 14th birthday, I saw the Flaming Lips. That was like
at Wakarusa.
Yeah,
I mean, Sunday night headliner.
Yeah.
I was there.
Sick.
I mean,
That's hilarious.
Pete Fish Farms. What was the name of that lake in Lawrence?
Clinton, right?
No, that's
Where
that's the Ozarks.
No, Clinton Lake.
Clinton Lake.
That's
Clinton
where
Lake. That's where the
festival is.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I remember I still have the flyer somewhere. The production company is called Pete Fish Farms. They put on Green Eggs and Ham Jam, and it was a weekend-long music festival, and then that became Omega, and then Omega became Wakarusa, and Wakarusa eventually moved to Arkansas, sadly.
Yeah.
But I mean, I hit
cool.
a lot of those, and I went Sunday night of that particular year. It was so great because like they had 2 main stages and a bunch of little stages.
Yeah.
And if you're at the one main stage, you totally cannot hear anything from the other.
Yeah.
And the other I wanted to go to it, but my people were all like, "Come see the Flaming Lips," and I like laid down at the back and was like, "This is so dumb." And he's like out there in the bubble and and everybody's loving it. And
You
I'm
were
like,
not into the splendor.
it might have been Oza Motley.
Yeah.
And I was like, God, if I was only, I'd be having fun like these people if I were not here. But we
dude, I was having fun.
Nice.
Yeah, it was. I mean, the opening of the show was like there's this giant video board, and this woman is like crab walking. This naked woman is like on the video board, like crab walking into like this position of just like, and then her like vagina is like flashing and shining, and then it gets closer and closer, and then they like come out from there and they walk down these huge stairs and like they start their show and everything. And yeah, the bubble was so cool. They had these like Santas fighting these aliens.
Oh, wow.
Like just it was so theatrical and crazy.
Hell
Nothing
yeah.
I have remotely emulated in my career.
Right.
But it was still just a moment of coming online. Of just like, oh wow, like
I didn't know
that
you
is
could do that.
Yeah, that's really powerful. And
Nice.
yeah, that was a big night. I have run into a couple other people that have been at that show, and it's always funny to think about.
You mentioned toting around bass, trying to like sit in with people or follow whatever. I've shared this on here before, but one of my most amazing Wakarusa experiences was coming out. You know, we're done for the day and everybody's kind of trailing out to their campsite, and I'm coming out and it's dark and I'm, there's lights, but it's nighttime now, and walking along this path and there's a big chain link fence and I can kind of see this small cluster of people, and as I'm getting closer I can see that it's some folks jamming.
Yeah.
And some people have stopped to observe and listen, and I was kind of in the beginning of that wave, and eventually it was like a shitload of people.
Cool.
And it was like a banjo, a washboard, and something else.
Yeah.
And I was just mesmerized for like an hour and 15 minutes.
Cool,
And there was
yeah.
a female in there doing one of the, and finally, okay, we got to head back to the campsite, and I'm walking away going like, that was for sure the coolest bit of music that I've seen this weekend, and it might be the coolest for the whole. And I learned after the fact that it was cornmeal.
Oh,
and they're like early days, yeah. And I mean,
sweet.
They put out a record, and it definitely was that vibe, and then they got a little heavier.
Yeah.
And then I think
jammier.
More aggressive than just
interesting.
And I think they just took a break, or maybe are back together. Anyway, it was awesome.
Yeah, and that's very much the vibe at Winfield, at Walnut Valley.
Yeah.
It's like all about the camps, and like just jams going on.
Yeah.
And it's like to the max. It's pretty sick.
I recently had Phil Kilmer on. He plays in the name of his band is escaping me. It's like Frost and the Flint and the Frost or something like that. But he plays with Dan Perez, Anyway, and then he helps put on Lovegrass Music Festival, and grew up going to Winfield, and
Cool.
we were talking about like, for some people at Winfield, it's real late nights, and it only came up because I asked him about whenever you sleep, given where it is and what time of year it is, and he's like, "Oh, I know where you're going with this. I have an RV or something with frosty AC." He's like, "There's no way." I was like, "I would not be able to sleep."
Oh, yeah. I mean, and it's just, this is the state of the world, but it's only gotten warmer, and they will not move the festival to a later date where it might possibly be comfortable.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just dead hot in like third weekend of September.
So we're talking about that, and he's like, "Man, we'll, sometimes every night is like until sunrise." And I said, "There's got to be like a swath of people that go to that like turn in at 10 o'clock or 10:30,
yeah,
and then they get up at like a normal
old timers,
and then just they're not experiencing
no,
the same thing.
No, and yeah, there is actually a real rift of like, yeah, old timers that are going to the shows on like the festival grounds, the like actually like sponsored events, and like going to these like fiddle festivals or just like the flat picking guitar festivals or competitions, which I love those. Those are actually sick. But yeah, it is a completely different crowd than the just totally like crusty, just people, just the jammers that are going all night and on who knows what. Yeah. So
all the things.
Yeah. And then as a kid, it was just so crazy, just straddling both of those worlds.
Yeah.
It was it was another formative experience. So
cool.
Very much have my dad to thank for pushing me out the door.
Here's all the stuff that Dad is listening to, the Dead and Bluegrass and all, and Mom's Joni Mitchell, and then over here is the list that you shared with me.
Oh yeah, that's very
is
true.
there an album that's not on your list that wasn't a mom and dad thing that brought you online or wiggled your antenna, or maybe your first purchase or borrow or whatever that stands out?
Well, yeah, I guess the first CD I remember buying was like after I'd gone to KU jazz camp when I was in like 7th grade. We went to Borders, R.I.P. Borders. And I bought Oscar Peterson Trio Night Train.
Really?
Yeah, because I was like playing bass and I was like, oh, Ray Brown, like sick. Like I want to check that out. And yeah, that was definitely like when I started getting into jazz. And I was already like into Wilco and stuff around that time, I think. But yeah, definitely that got me going on into jazz world. And yeah, and then of course it's like I get home and then my dad's like, yeah, here's the album. Like I have it on LP.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I love this idea of the sea of jazz is
hanging out there all the time.
Massive. And like by the time I'm reached my end of days, like I will have put my toes in the waters, all the corners, and know something. But currently I know this much, and that's probably generous. But I think that you would be hard pressed to pick an Oscar Peterson album and be disappointed.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, that dude delivers. Yeah. And I've had like, there's a piano player buddy of mine that has used that almost as like a critique, like that he's not taking enough chances. And he said that he's not like a true improviser even because it's like he has such foundational pieces of like musical vocabulary that he can just kind of like plug in, that he's not even like creating, which I thought was like a crazy thing. I was like, it sounds like he's improvising. Like, it sounds really good.
That's funny.
But yeah, I mean, I love just Oscar Peterson and Ray Brown just being crazy good. Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, I'm definitely getting into jazz around that time. And then I don't know. And then I even told you, like, and then I went home and my dad had the album. So
Yeah.
it's like, I don't know where I divert fully. Maybe just joining like a metal band in like high school. But even that wasn't even my thing. It was just like all my friends played metal. So I had no choice.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I guess I just got way more into indie music than my dad ever would have.
Okay.
Just a generational thing. And just more interested in like very composed albums versus kind of a more open, jammy approach.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. I can just be a little bit more obsessive, I think.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does music still part of Dad's life? Does he have an opinion on Dead and Company?
Oh, I don't hear him bust out Dead and Company ever.
No.
So maybe it's a low opinion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I'll have to check in.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't even hear him. It'll be the most random things. And he's also just super into like local music. Like that was always the thing coming up of like, we're going to go see Split Lip Rayfield. Like,
oh my.
And then it would be like, we're going to see Wayne Gottstein of Split Lip Rayfield. And it's just like Dwayne Brothers, just like all of these like local bluegrass bands is what we were about. And so
cool.
Yeah, that's like definitely the thing. Is like he's mostly talking to me about local music and going to see local music. Like still to
Are they
this
still
day.
in Topeka?
Yeah.
Okay. So
they weirdly lived in New Orleans for like 5 years.
Huh.
While I was in college, but then they moved back.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So come to town, come to KC, go to Lawrence.
Wait, so what?
If he goes, does he go see shows still?
Yeah.
Does he go to Lawrence and KC or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. He's just always looking for shows. We'll go down to Salina, the Stifle Theater.
Okay. Interesting.
And yeah, he was bugging me about going to see Wayne Gottstein. I can't go to all these shows, Dad.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. I'm doing what I can to
trying
just
to make a record, brother.
Yeah. Well, that and just like, I'm so bad about like, I struggle to even get out and just like go see my friends play.
Oh yeah.
And like, I want to go.
Oh yeah.
But I'm definitely like an introverted dude. So
it's
hard to hit the bars.
Before we were rolling, you said, Smile in the Mirror had a release party show.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where
we were at Greenwood Social Hall.
Oh,
for that.
Okay.
And
who's running that?
Calvin Arsenia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Very, very, very cool space. Very well run space by Calvin. And I just like knew I wanted it to be there. Like I was dead set on playing there. It involved bringing our own sound system and like kind of like really like kind of like building out the stage a little bit. Not the stage, but yeah, just providing a lot of acoustic support.
So you're on the record doing guitar, bass. You have a drummer, and then somebody doing keys and vibraphone.
Yeah. So live, the band is I'm playing acoustic or electric guitar. The vibraphonist Isaiah, my friend Ben plays either upright or electric bass, and that's Ben Turvert. And then I have Nick Douglas playing drums.
Okay, cool. Have there been more gigs than that one?
Yeah. We haven't played like a ton. I'd say we play every like few months or so. I don't try to play like all the time, honestly.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to tour hopefully in the spring.
Really?
Is the plan. Yeah.
Regionally, locally?
Yeah, just regionally.
Okay.
I have done that with other acts before, so just
but now when you did it with them, they were doing booking and all the.
Yeah.
Now it's you.
Once again, Brad Smith has offered to step up.
Seriously?
We'll see.
Wow.
I feel like I can at least maybe get the ball rolling with the people that I know. But
sure.
I mean, it sounds like you know how hard it is.
I have an idea.
Yeah.
I don't know it.
Yeah.
But it's just. He has a lady friend, doesn't he?
Taylor.
She must be insanely supportive.
Yeah.
For him to sort of have all this stuff going on.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Should we take 5 to hit the washroom and get you another beverage? Are you good to keep rolling?
That sounds good.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Wild list. That you shared with me. Thank you for sending it my way.
Cool.
It's such a mixed bag with the stuff that comes my way. Like sometimes, every once in a while, like everything will be like stuff that's in my wheelhouse. I was like, I don't need to listen to any of those records. Like I know those records.
Yeah.
And sometimes all of it is like, I don't know any of it, but I know that I'm not gonna dig any of it. But I gotta.
Dang, yeah.
And then sometimes, and then everywhere in between. So a lot of mixed feelings about what I saw from your list initially, right? It's always a little bit different once you sit down and start digging through it. But I'll just, if it's okay, roll through them in release order.
Sounds good. Yeah.
Okay. So if we do that, we start in 1986. Talk's The Color of Spring.
Ooh, printout.
3rd of 5 for them, 8 tracks, 45 minutes. Something about Talk on initial glance was familiar, and I sort of forgot about it until I sat down to get ready. But this is post rock / synth pop out of London, a podcast first for both the outfit and the album. It turned out to be that It's My Life is why I know the name Talk, being a kid that grew up in, the 80s and 90s. And,
it's a hit.
How do they land on your radar?
My friend in high school, Alex Cheney, sent me, or he was just such a like CD guy. He gave me a Talk CD, I think.
Really?
Yeah, and I remember like listening to this song called Ascension Day.
Huh.
That's like in 7, and it's like this just crazy like guitar thing. But their later stuff is just, it can be really sparse and just slowly build into this thing, which definitely fed into my like jam band sort of like upbringing. It was just like, I like when stuff really slowly builds.
Sure.
And comes together.
Well, I definitely remember seeing, they put out records, whatever, 1 through 3. And then there's a very deliberate mentioning of a shift in what they were putting out.
The approach changes like majorly, where the main guy, I think his name's Mark Hollis, he like just goes to LA and just starts making stuff with like session musicians. Of just like, and like they'll be very like, it's like very much an edit sort of piece, edit album.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So definitely becomes like way more open. But this album I like so much because I think it is still very focused.
Oh yeah. So your friend gives you a CD of theirs, but it's not this one, and then you
try to remember which one it was, but yeah,
you sought this out on your own.
Yeah, I think I just listened to the discography, and this came around. My buddy Daniel probably reintroduced it to me, I think, in the last few years or so.
Nice.
But yeah, definitely just, I love this band so much. Like, yeah.
All the stuff.
Yeah.
All 5 of them.
Yeah.
Okay. Very cool. So that was a fascinating listen. It was sort of cohesive, but also had some different formation. I don't know, pieces to it. And it was blind first listen.
Yeah.
Right. So it was like, all right, cool.
Nice.
But then we go to 2002 for Wilco's Yankee Hotel Foxtrot, which I can't currently see that sequence of words and not roll my eyes a little bit.
Yeah.
Because in the beginning of this, I swear it was making a list like every 3 episodes.
Whoa.
I was like,
cool.
Dude, like.
Tired of talking about it.
Well, it was also the same buddy from episode 1, that, you know, we did the writing stuff, and recently the Dylan playlist, I went out to see him in like '04 or something like that, and he gave me, I actually have it right here. While I was there, he just burned all these CDs for me and was like, you should check all this out. And it's
Old
like,
school.
Jason Isbell is top, Kanye's, and I mean, it's just all over the place.
Yeah.
Right. And like, there's a Wilco album in there, and there's a My Morning Jacket album in there.
Yeah.
And like, I didn't like most of it.
That's tough, man.
Yeah.
You put yourself through it.
And so, but you know, that was 20 years ago. Like, it's just, I'm same with here's my Dylan project, and it's, the playlist is probably, I'm a different person.
Yeah.
I have new favorites. I'm more tolerant. Stuff's more exciting.
Totally.
I don't know all the reasons.
Yeah.
But I've a bunch of Wilco albums almost exclusively in the first half of the catalog have made people's lists.
Yeah.
But
man.
at first it was just this one, and I was like, I don't have the opinions or lack thereof of Wilco that I did then. And okay, this I gotta reopen myself and you know, be vulnerable. And so it's like, okay, all right, now I know this album really well, and then a couple others make lists, and then I kind of, all of a sudden I'm realizing that they are different from record to record.
Completely.
Even if they're in the alt rock, folk, Americana, whatever, they're still doing different shit, right? So this is 4 of 13 for them, 11 tracks, 51 minutes. Indie alt rock out of Chicago. So in making all of these different Wilco discoveries, both just by learning new stuff and revisiting stuff that I thought I had, you know, there's a lot of Wilco lovers out there, like diehard.
Yeah.
And it seems to be, though, still to this day, that this is kind of a fan favorite, or maybe the album that non-diehard Wilco fans have in their cat. I don't know.
Yeah, this one seemed to hit that like cultural high point.
Yeah, so, you know, currently, and I not anywhere close to like hitting those 3 criteria of having, you know, album opinions that are worthy of sharing. Like I said, I've listened to probably the first half of the catalog. Sky Blue Sky is probably my favorite.
Cool, yeah.
And that's one listen, distracted, taking note.
Yeah.
It just resonated with me a lot. But why is Yankee? Why does Yankee connect with Joel Stratton?
I just fully idolized these guys. Like, there's a documentary of the making of this album, and I was just living and breathing it, wanting to be that as a kid, and just like, I don't know what it is exactly, but there is definitely just something about all of the totally like grounded like songwriting form going on, with like lots of sonic experimentation and interesting poetry, just kind of like, I don't know, they have a really keen sense of just like making something very abstract just like feel concrete and approachable and understandable. And I just like definitely just they were like hugely influential on me since I was in like 6th grade. So
were they here kind of recently?
They're always around.
Have you seen them?
I've seen them like 8 times.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do their shows vary, or is everyone different?
Yeah, they are consistently rocking. And then I would say probably the last one I saw, which was like earlier this year, was probably the best of the past like 4 times
Really?
I've seen them.
What venue?
Getting better again at the Midland.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great room.
yeah, they're an amazing live band. And I was seeing them when I was like 16 or something, and just it was blowing my mind. I wanted to be every band member. Like I couldn't just be like. I mean, I loved Nels Cline. He was definitely like an influence on guitar for me to just try to do something that didn't sound cliche
Mm-hmm.
and use wide intervals.
Cool.
But yeah. Then it would be like, oh, but the drumming and this is so cool. It's like all the different textures. Yeah,
For sure.
So yeah, where are you at with it now? Like in this past listen, sounds like you probably just it like ingested all of the like critical praise and or just like it's been around longer.
So my virgin years listening to Wilco, unfortunately, I don't know, went into it with like, okay, these guys are, if everybody in the world, artist-wise, is at Walnut Valley, these guys are camped right by Uncle Tupelo and Sunvolt and Jay Farrar and all this. Because I don't know, they had a swath of Americana brushed on them. So like
same guys.
Huh?
Same guys.
What do you mean?
Jeff Tweedy was Uncle Tupelo.
Right,
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm like saying that they're camped right next door to all of those outfits if they're all at Walnut Valley.
Yeah.
The Walnut Valley of life, or musicianship.
I'm liking this.
And so it's, it that was the lens, like first listen. And I didn't know what to do with it. Point being, I know a lot more now than I knew initially, and so I'm actually able to listen to the music, and what they're doing together a lot more than way back when.
Yeah.
Which makes it more enjoyable, more accessible. Like the Jayhawks, Rainy, what's that record called? It's like their biggest.
I don't know. But yeah. The Jayhawks
Rainy Day something. And it was like, when I first heard that album, I was like, this is the best of all of the people that are doing this. And so anybody that wasn't
the vocals,
Hollywood
man.
Town Hall.
Oh.
Is that it?
I don't know.
Anyway, I was like, if you're not doing what the Jayhawks did on this record, then, you're like AAA ball. It's just a real snooty, narrow-minded approach. And it was just the same. Like, Wilco is part of this camp, but they're not doing what the other people are. So anyway, Sky Blue Sky blew me away. People frequently, when talking about this album, Heavy Metal Drummer seems to be one of the first tracks that people bring up, which I get, but it's definitely not my favorite.
Yeah.
So I say all that to say that I think my opinion of Wilco will probably always be shifting, to exposing myself to something that I had maybe shuddered previously. At some point, I want to give the second half of the catalog a listen. I'm assuming you know all of it.
Yeah.
And
fairly well. Kind of checked out for a few there.
Okay.
But yeah. It was just like went kind of autopilot mode for a minute.
Sure.
I feel like. But Cruel Country is pretty sick.
Oh, okay.
That's like a double album. And then Cousin is the newest one.
Okay.
Which is awesome.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Produced by Kate LeBon. So it was kind of cool. They had like kind of a different ear in there.
For
I
sure.
feel like from the start, which was maybe needed to kind of jolt things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mix it up.
Yeah. I can just tell like the reverb's different. Things are just a little different about it.
Huh.
Yeah.
Very cool.
But yeah, they had a couple of sleepers. but
Okay.
it's okay.
I
forgive him.
definitely have enjoyed first listens of AM and Being There and Summer Teeth.
All of that is so good.
Of course, this one in Sky Blue Sky, and I'm not sure if I know any others.
A Ghost is Born is awesome. It's the one after this.
Yeah, that might have made one list.
And it will, that one is very much like kind of put you through your paces a little bit and test your patience. There's like a 15-minute just like drone track toward the end.
Whoa.
But I mean, I was debating putting that one over this one.
Oh, wow.
Just because like I love the like live band feel of it, and it just feels a little more like Neil Young-y to me, where it's just like 4 people just absolutely killing it. Yeah.
They've never had lineup changes?
They've had a million
They've had a million.
changes.
Okay.
Jeff Tweedy, the main guy, is like, I think he was kind of hard to please, or just had a very specific vision, and that kept changing, and you know, I get it. But yeah.
Interesting.
They had a ton of lineup changes, and then I think in the past like 10 years it's been the same guys.
Okay. Interesting. Somewhere along the lines, it was mentioned that there's a clip where he's relatively fresh out of rehab.
Yeah.
And he's there, it's a song has just ended, so and somebody throws a huge nugget on the stage, and he's like, "Thanks, dude, but don't you know where I've been?"
That's funny.
Yeah. Okay. So that was 86 to 2002. Now a very small step forward to 2004 with From a Basement on the Hill. Elliott Smith, 2004. 15 tracks, 57 minutes. This is the first of 2 posthumous. 5 while still alive. Either or has made maybe 2 lists. And I didn't dislike it, but it was kind of like that was, and believe me when I say it made these people's lists because they passionately love this album and share that love with like their significant other or blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So I get that, everything's different for everybody.
Yeah.
But knowing only that much about Elliott Smith before getting your list. So I get your list, there's an Elliott Smith record on it, and then I'm thinking about those write-ups that I mentioned about Smile in the Mirror and feeling thematic similarities, emotion, vulnerability, things of that nature were some of those themes that were coming from those 2 write-ups about Smile in the Mirror. And I feel like there's a connection with those ideas and the 2 Elliott Smith records that I've listened to.
Cool.
Is that
spot on?
Okay. Can you
spot on?
Can you speak? Can you do a better job explaining that than I just did?
Yeah. I mean, just I don't know. He's a huge influence, like vocally, and just being able to kind of craft what seems like a straightforward song and make it stay interesting. And yeah, I think the emotional vulnerability stuff probably all just happened by like osmosis or something. Yeah. I don't know. I've just really loved a lot of his music for a long time. And he also is just such a like detail oriented person and obsessed with like getting the production right and making kind of less than ideal equipment really work for you.
Okay.
And, so that was an inspiration too, just like how to approach the acoustic guitar on stuff. And yeah, Daniel Gum who we keep coming back to, is also a mega fan,
Okay.
and definitely has like studied the production techniques. And,
Okay.
yeah. And
So-
then on this album, things just really, really expand. And it was like assembled after he died
Mm-hmm.
by like the producer or whoever was helping him in the studio. And they did an amazing job. It's really wild. Just like a lot of the production things that happen on this are insane.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, so I come to the table thinking Either Or is the quintessential Elliott Smith album. And like I said, when I listened to it, I was like, okay, it's just kind of I like this one considerably better.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
It's way more dynamic.
I didn't feel myself like, I don't want to say Either Or left me feeling burdened with sorrow, but it was melancholy in parts.
Yeah.
And this had maybe less of that. And also I just didn't feel so inclined to check out on a track and move to the next one. I just kind of stayed with, and it's not a short album.
No.
It's not long, but
It's
when
pretty long.
when it ended, I was like, huh. Okay.
Yeah.
And I didn't have that for Either Or.
Cool. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, it just really has some like peaks. Just
I also
full
love the title.
instrumentation. Yeah.
It's a really good album title. You can see it, right?
From a basement on the hill. Yeah.
Yeah. Good fun.
Nice. I'm glad you liked it, man. It was one that really snuck up on me. Like I was just like getting to the end of the discography, like just kind of not really knowing what to expect, and then all of a sudden it was like, whoa, this album that they put it after he died. It's crazy. Like, oh my gosh. And so
I mean, it was
got swept up in the story of it.
ready.
Yeah.
Right? I mean,
Yeah.
it definitely needed some work to get it to presentation mode, but he put in a lot of work on it to get it to that spot. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like people are pissed that the song Ostrich and Chirping is on it because it's just like a bunch of weird noises.
Yeah,
and
but it's
stuff.
quick. It's over
Yeah,
before you
yeah,
even
yeah,
like, what?
yeah, yeah.
What's going on? That's a silly thing to be pissed about.
I think like his Beatles influence and just kind of like a commitment. It is sort of like a production ethos, I think, of just like, no, we're gonna get it right, like in the room, and use techniques that were like, available in like the 60s and 70s, like that is like a limitation. I think that's super cool.
Interesting.
Not something I necessarily abide by myself because I just don't have access to that. But
right.
It is a cool thing to think about and to play with, and an ultimate goal of like going into a real studio where they have outboard gear and you can do it all like as a band together is like a life goal.
Outboard gear.
Yeah, like compressors, EQs, stuff that the audio signal can flow through before it gets recorded.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Somebody had. Does the name Emmett Rhodes?
I love Emmett Rhodes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
I bet Brad put Emmett Rhodes on
Did
there.
he?
He loves Emmett Rhodes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I remember, again, the first time I see somebody's list, it can be any number. Sometimes I'm like, I have no idea who the artist is and what the album title is. I got to figure that out. Like I don't know any of this stuff. But I've always been, a huge like keys, vibes, that pulls me
cool
sonically. I mean, Medeski.
Yeah.
So I see Emmett Rhodes and I think Rhodes and Mood.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, it's gonna be dope. And then I'm like, what is this? I say all that to say I feel like directly or otherwise, here's the Beatles, here's Elliott Smith, and Emmett Rhodes is somehow a bridge.
Oh, totally.
I don't know if that's
because
right.
he was trying to be a one-man Beatles, which is like absolutely what this guy is like capable of.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Good to know.
But yeah, Emmett Rhodes, the deal is like he had talked some label into being like, no, I'll be like the American Beatles, and I'm just gonna do it all at home, and like, here, check it out, like. And then they're like, okay, and they signed him to this like impossible deal that he couldn't keep up with the like terms of it at all, and just went totally like under by not being able to like fulfill this contract. It's nuts.
Oops.
There's a documentary about him. You should watch it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. It's really sad, but yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He lived a very sad life.
Okay.
Isn't that the way it goes with these guys?
Dude, right? When you see somebody that's like healthy and still going, you're like, when are you gonna have 14 life crises?
Yeah.
10 years forward, 2014, Peter Schlam, Tinks.
Yeah.
First of 3, 9 tracks, 33 minutes, adjunct instructor of Jazz Vibes Rhythm, Section Lab, and Jazz Improv Conservatory at UMKC. And
That's true.
Vibraphonist and pianist here in KC, but I think also gigs in New York and elsewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Is there some kind of connection between the two of you?
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, he like moved to town when I was in school and doing the jazz thing, and just completely blew me away as far as like, I don't think I'd ever really seen anyone play the vibraphone before. I definitely heard it on records, but it was just
Right.
like his approach was so unique. And yeah, he had like his bass player friend came to town too. This dude, Carl McComas Reichel. And he was a huge influence on me as a bass player. And in just the sense of being, of incorporating really different genres into jazz in a very like modern way. That can still be like very personal to you. And yeah, like they would transcribe. I remember like I was on a gig with Peter, I think, and he was like pulling out like a notebook of like flipping through tunes and stuff. And I was like, oh, what's that? Like, what are you working on? And he was like transcribing like Busta Rhymes, like
What?
of like the rhythm of like a Busta Rhymes like,
Wow.
of rap.
Okay.
And like I totally hear it on this.
No, really?
Yeah,
How funny.
absolutely. I absolutely do. And yeah, it's so sick to. I don't know. I think that was just like a very eye-opening thing, that you can pull from something that's very, very different, and you know, if you're smart about it, you can make it work.
Sure.
So, and then yeah, definitely harmonically, just like the chords he uses was an influence on the sound. Just like what I wanted to do.
Pretty small digital footprint.
Yeah.
But there's some stuff to look at. One of the things that I saw, Bill Brownlee, episode 136, he writes for his.
You interviewed him?
Yeah, I had Bill
sick.
on. He's got just outside the on the bulletin board that he wrote me a letter afterwards, and it was like just super cool. I mean,
Yeah.
and sent it in the
Sweet
mail.
guy.
You know what I mean?
Cool. Yeah.
But he has 2 blogs, the Plastic Sax, and There Stands the Glass.
Okay.
And like my absolute favorite careers arc, got a job as a younger fellow working in a warehouse for a record company.
Oh, cool.
And like, you know, was filling orders.
Mm.
And I just said, I just so happened to ask, so this is back then when there's like no technology. Like if you pull the last one, how do they know to reorder? And he's like, there are 2 people in the world that are interested in the answer to that question, and they're you and me. But he told me, and then he like got promoted, so now he's not in the warehouse anymore. And eventually he's like flying places, and he's like a regional manager, and 15-ish 20-year career. And then that career ends, and then he writes for the Star. He writes music for the Star for like 15 years. I'm like, damn, and now he just does his own thing. But anyway, his write-ups on maybe Plastic Sax, none of them are lengthy.
Sure.
Right? It's just dit.
And are they of concerts? Or
He-
of the album?
One is like just devoted to like KC jazz.
Oh no, yeah, for sure. But he's written about Peter.
He wrote about this record.
Oh, cool. Okay,
and
sweet.
It's this long.
Short.
He's got like
too bad.
No. That's his. I asked him about that.
Yeah.
And he was like, he's also Being There, book by Jerzy Kosinski, for example, which is the namesake for the Wilco record.
Oh, I thought it was the movie.
The book, and it's the yes.
Oh, the movie was the book first.
Yes,
oh, okay.
Jerzy Kosinski wrote it. Great book,
cool.
Great movie with Peter Sellers.
Yeah.
Great movie. But I'm using that as an example because we're talking about Wilco. Being There by Jerzy Kosinski is the 96th book I've read this year. Like, just crazy. Like, I haven't read
That's
90
nuts.
books in 2 decades. I mean,
Yeah,
however, but so I was like, why is all of your stuff so brief? And he's like, dude, nobody's paying me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to say what I want to say
out.
about this band, the Bruce Springsteen concert. And I'm going to say this about Tinks, and I'm move on. I'm reading. I'm
just put it out there, and they should check it out.
Yeah. So like the write up for this, it's kind of like a little one or two small paragraph or a couple sentences, and then here's the meat and potatoes, and then a little closing line, and it's so fascinating because the photo for the piece, he's credited himself, and it's just a picture out of an airplane window at the wing.
Yeah.
Like maybe that's what he was doing when he was writing this.
Yeah.
But he figures out a way in my one listen of Tinks to really distill it down. I mean, he nails it.
Uh-huh.
And it's all praise.
Yeah.
Which is not to say that everything he writes is praising the thing. But in this particular case, it was. And I just thought that was fascinating that he, I think your appreciation of this record and his are on the same wavelength.
Cool.
But yeah, man, I mean, curiosity at Talk, kind of an eye roll at Yankee. And then, Elliott Smith, what's that going to be like? Totally, turned my opinion on its head. Yeah. And then a complete wild card with this one. And
nice.
It's interesting that he was as brief as he was, a 33-minute runtime for the record. He could have gone 45 easily.
I mean, these guys can stretch as long as they want to go as far as just improvising and playing solos go. But yeah, I think the approach on this one definitely seemed to be focused on like beats kind of.
Okay.
And just kind of, treating them all like songs, which I really appreciate.
A second record, and then he's got Electric Tinks.
Yeah.
What's
Electric Tinks is just like totally like balls to the wall, just like insano mode. It's like listening to like a pinball machine play jazz. Like,
wow.
It is insane. I can't like process it because he's just like taking it to such like a maximalist level of yeah. But this album, I just love the like garagey kind of drums and like
but it's not like
so sick.
It's not lo-fi.
No, it's
right?
definitely not. But it doesn't sound like, there's so many jazz albums that are like so pristine sounding and like that's focus, like, and it's good, like they're trying to really like fully capture a moment. But this is like a jazz album where I feel like they really thought about the production being a certain way. And I think the drummer's name is Sean Mullins.
Okay.
He did like even like the production for the drums too, I think. And that really, like, he seemed to be like very intentional about how things should sound. And
cool.
I definitely tried to swipe the drum sound a little bit and then swipe a little bit of just the harmonic sensibilities.
For your record.
And just using a vibraphone,
Right.
which is also in Yankee Hotel a little bit. I just remember being totally like mesmerized by the sound and wanting to use that in the live band.
Nice.
And also, yeah, the dude that plays with me is insanely good.
That's cool.
Isaiah Petrie. Like, people come up to me and they're like, yeah, you were fine. But oh my God, like, who is this guy? You know? So,
wow.
it's awesome.
You need to move him back on the stage.
Yeah.
Move
Okay.
yourself over.
Yeah.
Cool, man. It was a fun list. I like to close with a series of goofy questions, if you are aware.
I was not aware of the goofy questions, but
good. It's
bring
way
them
better
on.
when you're not.
Yeah.
And then we'll wrap and get you out of here.
Sounds good.
So the first is you're given the ability to have a cup of coffee or a cocktail, whatever, with any person of your choosing, dead or alive. Who's it going to be and why?
David Lynch.
Oh, my.
Why? Just seems like an awesome dude to have a conversation with and just see where it goes. Yeah, would love to just pick his brain.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. Louis C.K., you know this fellow?
Uh-huh.
I'm a big stand-up nerd. He's kind of my all-time favorite. His show, Louis on FX. Did you watch that?
I did.
Okay. So there's a series of
He's the agent, right?
Episodes.
Or not the agent. Is he the, like, he plays a role, right?
Like trying to get him to get Letterman?
I don't know. I can't remember.
Either way, like 5 seasons, I think, and I absolutely loved all of them, and they all felt, I mean, it's you get little snippets of stand-up and then like reenactments of like his life. This is his life. It felt like that, except for that little kernel where the David Lynch stuff was in there, and it felt so David Lynchy. Like Louis was just like, you
take over.
Yeah, and then you'll just go away and that little.
He has a heavy presence. Yeah.
I mean,
he's
even like
leave his mark.
Even like the pauses and the silence and maybe even the score.
Yeah.
Like I was like, what?
Yeah.
It's so weird, man. But that's a great answer. Great answer.
Cool.
If we can pretend or imagine that we all have a personal and a professional bucket list. You're given all the necessary resources to go knock out number 1 on each.
Okay.
What are those number 1s?
Personal and professional.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Professionally, I think I alluded to it earlier. I don't really care about like it achieving any sort of like commercial success, but I would love to like have the experience of making an album where there's like real care around like the production and it being like a concerted effort by lots of people, and it being like we made it in a room, like in a real studio with
outboard
fancy gear and it would require a significant amount of money, but I would just love to know what it's like to be the Beatles and Get Back, where they're just like ordering people around and like, like that is another element to it of just like you have to be relaxed in that environment too.
Yeah.
And you know, I've been in studios and there's like we got like 4 hours to do this thing, you know, and it's like you get tight a little bit.
Yeah. The funniest line I've ever heard, and I've repeated a bunch on here, is neighborhood, you know, garage band or whatever gets a little momentum, a little steam, and they have a little bit of money and they give it to a studio and they go in there and they blow like half the budget trying to set up the drums.
Yeah.
And it's just like everybody's on edge.
Yeah.
After that.
Yeah. It's like 2 hours later.
Yeah.
Oh, that was like $400.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's probably the professional goal, if that's professional.
Yeah,
I think it is.
absolutely.
Yeah. Personal goal, I would love to get like married and have a family and be able to do that while still making music.
Sure.
A career. So
cool. I love it.
That's the goal.
I was kind of hoping that was, I mean, that
cool.
like Not
Yeah.
whatever. Like those are great answers
Cool.
for both sides of that. This next one is not. We're leaving Joel Stratton precisely who he is today. We're not trying to change him, and this is not a regretful thing. It's just a whimsical. You're given the ability to visit your past self at any age of your choosing. What age are you choosing, and what are you saying?
Yeah, I would say this is going to sound really strange considering where I am right now, but I would go back to when I was like, I don't know, like 24 or something, or maybe like 22. And I would just be like, just never listen to a podcast ever and just see what happens.
Really?
Yeah, just only listen to music.
Really?
Yeah, a little bit. It's just like, why did I listen to just dumb people talking all the time? This is not what that is, by the way.
Of course.
But I'm talking about other just entertaining. I was raised very liberal, and so I went through this period of like entertaining like conservatism almost as like an intellectual like play thing.
Fascinating.
And then it's like listening to these podcasts, and it's just like, why did I spend any amount of time doing that? Like that was a complete waste of time.
You learned something.
I guess so. Yeah.
Dude with sign on Instagram. You know this account?
Oh yeah.
The guy with and then there's Dudette with sign now, but he had one. He's had a million just great ones. Like just last month, the leftovers were meant for you. The Tupperware was not. After Thanksgiving. Yes. No one cares about your fantasy football team.
Yeah.
He's had a few about podcasts. Like,
not
everybody needs a podcast. And then, more recently, I'm seeing in the TikTok comments section, a fan favorite thing to say is, "This is why podcast equipment should be way more expensive."
That's funny.
Yeah.
See, but we're doing something I think spiritually good.
Well, that's a little bit behind what this is about. I mean, I love music. I love the album, and I hope that it, as an art form, never dies. I also think it's important to talk to people in person. So, like, I'm rolling up on 200, no remote.
Cool, yeah.
Which is not a knock. There's something that is a little lost.
Yeah.
Whether it's delay or glitch, I don't know. Just being in the room and sharing some time and some human energy, I think, is healthy for our race as it seems to be sprinting towards extinction.
Yeah. No, this is a good thing.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Television show in the early days of reality TV called Fear Factor. Speaking of podcasts.
Yeah. Don't say his name.
No. This is, you win the prize by doing all the gross whatever. This is not that. This is real life. You got to get from point A to point B. In the middle is your biggest source of anxiety, actual fear, creeps, willies, heebie, whatever it is. You got to get past it. What is it?
Oh. Playing shows.
Oh man, there's that introvert speaking up.
Just like actually doing the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Own worst critic, huh?
I guess so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just it's just really, really hard to get in the zone sometimes it is like especially when it's like center of attention kind of thing. Yeah.
So there's this, you'd for sure know better than I do, but scratch track and then your piece and then the drummer's piece and all these others. And then there's live, like some folks in the bluegrass world I've talked to have, whoever your front person is, 1, 2, it's like, don't fuck up for the next, like if that anxiety inhabits you as you're about to start your set on stage, nobody probably knows.
Yeah.
Nobody notices if you screw up a change or miss a note or what. Like nobody, and just keep moving.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Literally, and it's fine. It's fine.
Totally.
Nobody was put on this earth to go do a flaw or whatever.
Yeah.
They're there for way more than that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, and I've been assured of this time and time again, but it is just a total head trip. That goes on.
Of course.
That it just seems to really vary. It just seems to really come and go.
Yeah.
I just can't even. I can't get a hold of it.
Got like if I put pen to paper, I mean, I have like a skeleton outline, but if I put pen to paper and like gave it a real lucid, I bet I have like 15 original-ish minutes of stand-up material.
Oh, sick!
Like,
Nice.
Maybe it's more like 7.5. I don't know what it is, but I'm always like,
have you gotten up?
no,
Oh.
I'm always right there. Like, I should.
You got to go up.
I know. Yeah. And
Yeah.
then the idea of going up is like, sit down. What are you, don't you dare.
Yeah.
Don't even Google.
Yeah. I mean, the only comfort is just like, there are so many people horrible at this. Like, it really doesn't matter. Like,
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I kind of need to remember that too. When it's like time to play, I'm just like, it doesn't, like, it's not going to end the world if I mess up, and it's not going to even like ruin someone else's night.
You're not horrible.
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah.
Last but not least, please complete this for me. The world would immediately become a better place in which to live if only
Everyone was housed and fed, I guess.
Not only is that a lovely answer, I
yeah.
appreciate the next to zero hesitation in saying it.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I mean, that's good stuff.
Now I kind of wish I had said something funny, but
That was funny.
Cool.
To follow up the world's biggest need with that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Smile in the Mirror, Enigmatic Brunch Records page on Bandcamp. Joel versus Joel album is available on Apple, Spotify. Your IG again, your Instagram again is _Joel_ versus _Joel_.
Yep. It looks better than it sounds, folks. Yeah.
Thank you. Took the words right out of my mouth. Any other plugs?
Check out Daniel Gum.
Daniel Gum.
Check out his music.
Who's if it's okay to say, and if it's not, we'll cut it out, the second artist that Enigmatic Brunch.
Oh, yeah. No, it's cool. It's my buddy Wills Van Dorn.
Wills Van Dorn.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
already got a single out, so it's the cat's out of the bag.
Nice.
Yeah, Wills
Okay.
Van Dorn. He just moved to Portland.
Okay.
But yeah, he was also in that band Supermoto with me,
Oh, nice.
and is just a good friend and collaborator.
Okay. Anything that you had hoped that we would cover that we did not?
Don't believe so, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, listen, Joel Stratton of Joel versus Joel. I know I mentioned it when you got here, but super embarrassing at the scheduling gaffe on my part. I'm glad it worked out. And that we were able to make this happen. I appreciate you sharing some of your Tuesday with me. It's really nice to meet you and talk to you soon.
Yeah. Great to meet you, Blair.
Thanks.